Hey everybody, this is Jay with Bonsais Forever, and I'm going to be doing the $50 bonsai challenge today. I don't know how many of y'all saw my last attempt at this. It was horrible. The whole process was horrible. The tree turned out okay. I didn't kill it, so that's a good thing. But anyway, so I'm going to just do something totally different today. But I am going to do the bonsai challenge because I really wanted to do that and put out a video because it's a pretty cool challenge. It was put out by Bonsai Yef. I don't remember the name of the actual guy that runs that channel, but yeah, I just kind of started watching his channel recently. So anyway, I went to the store. I didn't film any of it because it was kind of a last minute decision to redo this, and I just didn't have the ability to film at the store. So I picked up a tree that was on sale because I like picking up trees that are on sale. It is a tea plant, is what they call it. I don't know the scientific name of it. I'll have to look that up. I'll put it in the description. And I got a terracotta pot. I know that's not something that we typically use in bonsai, but I think it works okay for a beginner training pot for a tree. I got a really shallow one, which is pretty cool that they started doing that. I don't know how long they've been doing that. I just recently found them. So I think that's pretty cool that they do relatively shallow pots. Obviously this isn't show quality bonsai, but it's a challenge. So let's be challenged, right? Okay, so anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to put this tree in the pot really quick. I think this is gonna be pretty easy because I think it'll just fit. Almost fits. So I'm gonna clean the bottom of the roots off just a little bit, and then I'm gonna put it in the pot here. I'm gonna grab a tray real quick. Collect some of the soil. So if I need to put some around the outside of the pot here. I'm going to try and keep as much of the soil on this as possible. I don't know much about these tea trees or plants or whatever you want to call it, so I don't want to kill it before I get started. So we're just going to take off just enough to put it in the pot. And I'm just getting over COVID, so I'm not going to talk a whole lot. My throat's still a little sore. Gnarly root right here. Push it down in. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to fill in the sides. It's a lot easier to fill in the sides if you've got a pot like this, because then you can kind of squeeze the pot or whatever and get stuff in there. But this will be okay. This will be okay. Jam some of the soil down in there. Get rid of some of the weeds. I don't need to add weeds to my garden. Got plenty of them myself. I'm gonna switch this. All right, so that's gonna be good enough for now. I will keep it in this pot like this for a while, probably about a year, because I mean you saw the roots a little bit there, so this will need repotted next spring, and I'll put it in some bonsai soil then, and get it all nice into a nice bonsai pot. All right, so first off, what I see is it was discounted, so it does have some burnt leaves on it. So I am going to clean up my station here. I was working on another tree before I started doing this. Okay, so I'm going to take off the burnt leaves, just completely get rid of them. I'm going to cut them right at the base of the leaf though, because some of them look like they have new buds starting right there, and I don't want to damage the possibility of new branches. So I'm just going to cut at the very base of the leaf just to get rid of the leaf, not to get rid of the new shoots. I'm going to take off some of the bigger leaves too, the ones that are just in the way, the ones that look damaged or anything like that. You never know when you get what you're going to get when you get a tree from a garden center, what kind of pests you might get. So it's always really good to look it over, take off dead leaves, because that might be where the pest is at. Okay, so that looks pretty decent here. I don't know, I might get rid of quite a few of these leaves actually. I got one of these for my daughter at the beginning of the spring because she really likes tea, and I was hoping that she could use it. And it does say that you can use it for making tea. So she's had hers for a little while, and we haven't really done anything to it except watering it. And it seems to grow pretty well, and not super fast, but pretty quick for a small tree. So I'm not too worried about taking off quite a few of these leaves. Plus it is starting to cool off, and that might give it a chance to grow a little bit of a new flush before wintertime hits. But I don't want to take off too many of them, because I definitely want to let it still have some solar panels. So the other thing that I do want to do is I'm going to take off all the berries, because I don't know what the berries do, or if you can use those for tea or not, but I'm not going to be using it for tea right away anyway, because I want it to turn into bonsai before I start doing that. So I'm going to take off all the little berries. This might take a minute, I might fast forward through this. Alright, so this is almost like pinching a juniper. You just grab a little berry and twist it and it pops right off. Alright, I think that's all of them, most of them. I just don't want it to be putting all its energy into the berries and not regrowing. So that's why I took all the berries off. They actually grow really large berries. They're like that big, and the ones that are on my daughter's, they're still green. So I don't know how big they get before they actually do something. So, alright, so this tree actually has a pretty decent shape. That's kind of why I grabbed this one. It's pretty decent already. I do have a couple of things that I didn't like about it, like this branch right here. I'm not too fond of how this branch is just kind of going right up the middle of these two branches, and this branch is coming off, so it's got two branches like here, and then this branch kind of in the back, but this one's like growing right out the middle. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this one the leader, and this one's going to be the first branch. I think I can wire these out. I think they'll wire. I'm not 100% sure. Actually, what I could do, I'm going to wire this branch all the way out to here and see if it damages the bark. If it damages the bark, I'm not going to wire the rest of the tree, but if it doesn't damage the bark, then I'll wire this branch and maybe this branch, because I might stand this branch up a little bit more so that these branches can grow out this way and build the canopy out that way too. I think that's what I want to do. I don't know, because if I take this branch off and this branch off, that makes a much smaller tree, because that would make it look like that. And I could do that, and it would just get a really good jump start. But I like doing crazy things, so this is going to be the leader. And I am going to take off the middle branch. Alright, so I am going to take this branch off, I think. Okay, I'm going to take this branch off. But I'm going to wire it out first. See if I can wire this one without damaging it. Something like that. Started here. Alright, so it looks like the bark is strong enough that I can wire it. Not too much issue. It does look like it kind of rubbed it a little bit here because I moved it too much. But as long as I don't move it too much, then I think it'll be alright. Just wind it around here. Okay, so we're gonna wire this branch now. Do the main trunk now. I don't want to break off any of these branches on it. Really want to keep those. So I'll try and work in between all of them. Right. So I'm going to bend this branch out here. I don't know, I might actually leave this branch on here. Definitely going to take this one off. Now that I got the wire all up in the way. Alright. I'm going to save that in some water, see if I can grow another one. This actually bends really good. I like it. Kind of bend it back and forth at each one of the branches. I kind of felt like it did crack a little bit, so you have to be a little careful bending it. I might kind of bend this one up a little bit. And I'm hoping that these branches, I can later on bend them out here so that they can make a canopy. And then we'll see how all this goes down here, as to see if I want to completely get rid of these and make a more of a canopy up here, or if I want to make it a shorter tree and get rid of some of the stuff on the ends. I am going to cut these back though, the two top branches, or the leader and the first branch here. Just chop it off right here. So I kind of want to keep it a little bit longer. And this branch is growing straight out of the top of this branch, so that's got to come up. It's in the way anyway. I think I'm going to give a little bit of movement to this one, and then I think we'll be done with it, because there's not a whole lot to it. So I'm going to wire these two together. Couple of branches here that are pretty close together. Try not to damage the smaller branch here. A lot of times when I get a new tree, I'll just cut certain branches off and then let the tree grow, and then later on I'll wire it. But this one I'm going to wire because of the challenge, and you know, you want to kind of look at what it's possibly going to look like in this video. So I'm going to kind of bend it to where each one of the branches that's coming out of the tree is going out of a curve instead of on the inside of a curve. Kind of like that. There you go. That looks a little better. Let's take this leaf off too. Alright, and I know these leaves look like they're just pointing straight up. It was actually in a rack where the sun was coming in at the side. So I'll set it on the bench to where the sun comes from this side mostly. Try and get this side to grow a little bit better. I think that'll do it for this this tree. Looks pretty good. I'll be sure and do some updates on it. Let you guys know how it's going. And yeah, so hopefully this one a lot better than the last one. I like it. I've been actually wanting to get my own of one of these for a little while, so it works out. Alright, I'll stop messing with it. Alright, so this is Jay, Bonsai's Forever, and thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.